Boy, was I right to split these videos into two parts because, again, a lot happened in the season finale. But yeah, it's not continuing to season 4. The villains are gone. They've lost, and on some level, I should have expected that because so far all the villains have ended at the season finale, and it's a new villains every season. And another half is just, I'm disappointed because I really did want to know more about these villains. I felt like we could have gotten a lot more from them, especially from these plans of spreading chaos. But there are some remaining members of the Red Lotus. Probably not as impressive though as benders as these 4 were, but you know, they're still out there. They'll still try to create chaos. But anyway, like, this is just nothing but just fighting and just a lot of, you know, closing doors, like pairing up people who's gonna fight who, and a very, very strong ending. But then there's also very questionable moments where I'm sitting there and I'm thinking of all these things, and I'm thinking of why is this going on. But let's just go into it. The poison is supposed to just be any irregular poison attacking the nervous system or something like that, threatening Korra's life and forcing her into avatar state. You know, so the avatar state can be like trying to protect her, like, no, we can't die. And while she's in avatar state, Zaheer and his group is gonna kill her, so that way a new avatar will not be born. Avatars will just be destroyed, and there'll be like no person for people to look up to. It'll be like everyone can only depend on themselves. And I'm thinking, like, okay, I mean, this isn't the first time people have tried to destroy the avatar state, but I guess his reasoning is sort of unique. But when she does go into the avatar state and starts kind of beating down on everyone, this is where I start questioning, because isn't the avatar state supposed to connect her to the previous avatars and pass down their skills to her, and that's why avatar state is so powerful? It doesn't, they never mention it awakening any latent abilities or making them more powerful just out of nowhere. It's bringing in all the memories of the past avatars and giving her the skills. But the fact that she's no longer connected to the avatars, she shouldn't have those skills. She shouldn't be this powerful. So I'm wondering if they just kind of ignore the original definition of the avatar state so we can have this action-packed, amazing, epic battle, or they really just kind of forgot that and screwed themselves over by writing themselves in a corner by getting rid of the connection with the past avatars. Because maybe I'm remembering wrong, because again, it should belong to the skills of the previous avatars, but she's no longer connected to them, so she can't be this powerful as a bender. But either way, you know, the fight between her and Zaheer goes on, and, you know, they're flying in the sky. She's trying to keep up with the fire jets. And the only thing I kept thinking about while they're fighting was remembering the fight between Aang and the Fire Lord Ozai. And I'm just thinking, you know, with her fire jets and Zaheer being an airbender, I just kept sitting there thinking, is Korra the villain now? It's to keep... And that's what it looks like. It reminds me so much of Fire Lord Ozai versus Aang that I just can't help feeling that Korra looks like the villain now. She's the one going animalistic and just saying, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna murder you, I'm gonna just tear you guys apart and show you no mercy. It's like, Jesus, Korra, that sounds like something a villain would say. You know, and Zaheer is like, just calm down, it's gonna be over soon. And he's the one being kind of like, you know, calm and sincere. Just, I don't know if it's an airbender thing or it just feels like he truly deep down knows that he's being a good guy, like a hero. And Korra just being just aggressive and just nonsensical like a villain would be. But either way, you know, the fight continues, but the poison is attacking her. And while all this is going on, Bolin is versus the lava guy, you know, lava versus lava. And Mako is versus the waterbender. At first, it just seems like Mako has the upper hand, but then she, you know, there's this underwater pool, and she gets the upper hand. But then finally, Mako remembers, oh wait, I can lightning bend. Shock the water, shocks her, she's knocked out. And I'm thinking, like, Mako, why didn't you do that before at any other time? I mean, are you saving that for epic final battle? But either way, Bolin and Lava Guy's fight is impressive. Lava versus Lava. Then Mako comes in, to save the day. And they kind of do the beatdown on him, like, no honor. I mean, one-on-ones. What happened to that? That you gotta team up against the guy? It's kind of like bullying, guys. Come on, stay out of the fight. But either way, they don't actually technically beat him. He's just like, no, I'm not going to take the risk of losing. I'm not going to go back to prison. So he just kind of just caves in everyone with the lava. But Bolin and Mako escape. So I'm guessing he's dead. And the fact that the waterbender's underneath, maybe she's dead too. So everyone's dead. Okay. They don't show them dying, but it's implied. Then Jonora wanting to help. The airbenders are free now. They escape. Gets all the airbenders together, and create this vortex to suck in Zaheer along with Korra. And he's desperately trying to, take her with them so, he can finish the job. But he has to let her go so he can escape. But then Korra, wraps the chain around his leg and just slams him into the ground. And then he gets, he gets in prison with Rock. And in kind of a very disgraceful way, gets a bowling sock shoved in his mouth. It's just, oh man, he couldn't have died in a more honorable way. I mean, this guy was so impressive as a villain, and it's just a dirty sock in his mouth. That's kind of disgraceful for a villain to go in such a way. It's just, oh. And then another question that came up was, Jonora says, hey, the poison is metallic. Metalbender, get in here. Lin, get in here and save her. And I'm sitting there and thinking, like, okay, how would you know the poison is metallic? I mean, sure, you were, your spirit was there to see them reveal their plan, but they never once mentioned that the poison was metal. They just said the poison would force you into the avatar state, trying to preserve you. Never once did they say, hey, this poison is metal. So how would you know the poison is metal? In fact, why couldn't it just been any other, like, liquid, so the waterbender, like Tarlock, could save her. Father saves his daughter. They could have just worked fine instead of Lin giving her a purpose more than the whole conflict with... Oh, I'm sorry, Sue. God, I am so sorry about that. No, but Sue has to come in and save her. But again, it doesn't last very long. It's not that important, I suppose. But then the ending of this episode, holy shit. Korra is in a wheelchair now, and it's not revealed. Can she not bend anymore? I mean, she didn't really bend to take down Zaheer at the end. She just grabbed him by the chain, which again is kind of dumb because she can't. Or did she metal bend the chain to wrap around his leg and slam him down? Who knows? I don't know. But then the chain is platinum, so it's so hard to say what happened with the poison and exactly how it affected her, because there's just everything was just happening so much, and there was very little explanation as to what the poison is and how she can be this powerful in Avatar state. And even though the epic finale was so grand and fantastical, so many other questions were coming up that kept making me wonder exactly if this finale was good or not. And maybe I won't know until the beginning of 4th season. But all I know is Korra is in a wheelchair now. She doesn't seem to be able to bend because everyone's kind of doing everything for her. Asami is pushing her wheelchair, and Lin is moving the earth for her. Trying to like a escalator or elevator. So we don't know if she can bend anymore. Maybe she can bend, just not with her legs. But when you see benders, their legs play a very important role in their positions. So maybe she can't do too much as a bender anymore. So that's wow. But she has to dress nice and go to Janora's inauguration to Master Airbender. And of course, the minute I see her with the cloak and just covering her face, I'm just like, Are they trying to tease us with, oh my god, is she bald now? Oh my god. And I shouldn't laugh at their traditions and their culture, but I'm pretty sure there was a female airbender that kept most of her hair. They just shaved most of the, like, right here. So to see Jinora completely bald, still a kid, so no boobs, it's just like, is it Aang? Oh my god, it's Aang. No, I shouldn't laugh. It's part of their culture. It is a sign of respect and being a master airbender. But it's still, for 3 whole seasons, we've seen Jinora and this sort of iconic hairstyle, and just to see her bald at the end is just like, whoa! I was taken by surprise. And then Korra just cries, and it doesn't look like a cry of happiness, or maybe the poison affected her ability to express any emotions, but she looks destroyed. Now, I don't know if that's just a poison effect, like she can't move her face, like it actually destroyed her nervous system. So she can't do anything except talk, or if she's just so unhappy with how things turned out that she can't be a bender at all anymore, that she can't show any signs of happiness even at something as Jinora becoming a master airbender. So we'll have to delve into that into next season. So yeah, this was a very powerful ending to the season. Still with a lot of questions whether this was a good season or not. But yeah, I mean, it definitely left a lot to need to be explained, and whether that hurt the season finale or not, that's something I'll have to take some time and actually look into. I'm thinking of doing a review of the full season as a whole and see if it actually adds up as a pretty decent season. But again, the spirits played no big role in this, so maybe they'll play a bigger role next season. We'll have more time to progress with that. Maybe the spirits will unlock some secret to give Korra her bending back, or maybe this is the way of fixing a mistake that they did in the first season. They wanted to take away Korra's bending and have her learn how to deal with that, but they couldn't really do that with only one season. So they had to really quickly get it over with at the end by having Avatar Aang come out of nowhere and give her bending back. So this is their way of saying, we're going to stick to what we wanted to do in the first place, take away her bending, make it more difficult for her to be the Avatar, and have her find a new way to be the Avatar for everyone. And that would be interesting. That actually makes sense. I mean, all these illusions, this hallucination she had with Amon, and yeah, this is how unimpressive the second season villain was, because I don't remember his name for shit. Yeah, but she's seasoned all the villains from the past 2 seasons. I am surprised that she didn't remember Amon by his actual face. No, she only remembered him by his mask. I'm pretty sure she saw his face at one point, or maybe his mask was so symbolic and powerful that it's the only thing she thinks about when she thinks Amon. And so maybe that's what the season finale was alluding to. Like, they wanted to do this before in the first season, but they couldn't because it was only one season. But now that they have more time, they're gonna delve into an Avatar who lost their powers, who lost their ability to even move, and progress with that story, which I can see being an impressive story, impressive feat, and I want to see more of that. So yeah, I'm really excited for season 4. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm hoping it's soon, because I'm left here with a lot of questions. And this was a good season finale. What we expect: epic, action-packed, and really conclusive. And it's kind of sad that Zaheer and his group didn't get more time to more backstory with them. I was kind of hoping that for season 4, but it's good either way. So until season 4, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye bye.